Alright everyone, today we're going to go over some games from 2008. I'd like to thank you guys for 50 plus subscribers. And since we're going to go through a lot of games, I'm going to go through them half fast. And I'll be going in alphabetical order to keep myself organized. I did games mostly that influenced something new gameplay wise, which was iconic in 2008, had like good reviews. I kind of skipped like generic games and sports games, so let's get right into it. I'll go through them real quick since there's a lot. Advanced Wars Days of Ruin. This is a military tactics game, and it started out in Game Boy Advance. It's my favorite military game of all time. These games were always like really like, how do you say, different from the other military games I played. It started off with the bright and colorful atmosphere, then it got kind of like more like grainy like. But these are really fun military games I played, so I think you might like. On different teams, and you move out your troops, and after you move out your troops, it's you end your turn. Sadly, this is the last Advanced Wars game in the series. Moving on to the next game. Animal Crossing City Folk. Oh my gosh, I spent like so much time playing this game myself. This is a simulator game in the Animal Crossing franchise where you pretty much, do new stuff day to day. You can collect outfits, and they also implemented like weather change, all kinds of other features like visiting the town. Pretty much a life simulator. It was always really fun to play. Nice chill game to play when you just want to like ease down. Alright, next game. Speaking of revolutionary military games,
come here, bro.
This game was always pretty revolutionary for its co-op. It also had a unique meter for who has the most attention and action. And depending on who had the most attention is what the enemies shot at most. You would work together with a friend and take on like more heavier, like hard to kill enemies. It's pretty much like a co-op, kind of like Resident Evil 5, but a little bit better. Like, always had so much fun playing this mode, bro. This game got like really hardcore later on, or got like really difficult. Felt like it. You can also customize your guns and even customize your mask on here you wear. Alright, moving on to the next game. Next up we have a DS game. We have Fangai Old Spirits. This was a mecha game which was widely popular. And I don't know, I just let the video speak for itself.
U.S. Army.
Battlefield Bad Company. This game, I know I said the ones in the past are also revolutionary, but if I had to point out like one thing from this, that would be, I would say, the building destruction. Like, this game was huge talk around like middle school. Like, I remember everyone was talking about like, whoa, it's not like Call of Duty, the buildings actually blow up and stuff. It's just explosions and like the vehicles on the map. Like, this game was always a fan favorite. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would argue this is like one of the best Battlefield games like ever made. Like, just the maps alone are pretty destructive and like well like designed. Alright, moving on to the next game. Blue Dragon Plus. This DS game is a real-time RPG game where you take multiple multiple companions that you tag along with you. You would fight multiple enemies on screen at once, moving between areas of the field. You use like these shadow like minions you have to fight and do critical attack. Braid is a pretty strange game. At first glance you might think, oh, it's just some other indie game. But the second you look at it, you learn how many like things it used from other games, such as Prince of Persia and Versta, and adds new features to it. I'll let this video explain it. Music was always really good in Braid. And anyways, next game. Burnout Paradise. The last Burnout game in the series. This game recently just got an HD remake this year, and Burnout is a arcade racer game which doesn't focus on realism, mostly focus on crashing and pretty much all out mayhem. You always had a ridiculous roster of vehicles in the Burnout franchise. The twist between this racer and other racers is that like you crash into your enemies to take down the competition and push them out of the way. Call of Duty World at War. This has to be the black sheep of the Call of Duty series, because it has like a really grim atmosphere. This is one of the last Call of Duties to be set in the World War II theme since Call of Duty World War II. About the story on Call of Duty World at War is that you can play with 3 online other players, so all 4 of you can go to the story, play together. This is the first Call of Duty to showcase zombies. A complete second thought, but it was put in the final game. It became a fan favorite too. I still gotta say Trench Gun all the way. I like the zombies on World at War because I like the random American generated spawn for the characters instead of like the original characters they put in there.
Stay dead this time!
This is always fun to play online on here. Also, you can't forget like the flamethrower they have on here. Flamethrower time. Oh yeah, and that's what dogs originally sounded like when you first heard them.
Fast as their cousin! Fetch me their soul!
Condemned to Bloodshot, the sequel to Criminal Origins. This game was made to psychologically mess with you. Instead of just lingering around like other horror games, in this one you actually use combat to fight and survive. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, the PlayStation Portable. This was the prequel to Final Fantasy VII and uses its own combat. The soundtrack in this game is like really killer.
Activating combat mode.
Moving on to the next game.
On
Hey, look,
missions like
EA,
this, they say no casualties too great.
This is Crisis Warhead.
Raptor team! Yeah, what's left of it?
Everything is expendable.
The Crisis series was always
Always justifies the means.
an open world,
KPA.
well, at least the early ones, like an open world, like huge game that was always hard to run on the PC.
They're gonna have to do things.
Multiplayer is always pretty fun too.
I'm coming for you. Maximum stress.
You have one last shot. You ready for a Hail Mary?
Yes, Mom. Time to earn that combat pay. Look at this.
Dark Sector. This is probably the first PS3 game I think I ever played.
Brutality.
This game was really cool. It was just,
Mass destruction.
I don't know, it was just, it gives you that like feeling you just go in there and just freaking kick butt, sort of like Gears of War. It may look similar to Prototype, but you know, this came out like before Prototype.
It is a part of me.
This game was always like a heck of a lot of fun to play. Kind of scared me a little bit when I first played it. Like some of the enemy types are pretty creepy. They look Warframe. I'm kidding. But yeah, you had this like this blade and your character was kind of like fused with it. I think you had like a virus or something. And like whenever you threw this blade, you like throw it, it comes back to your hand. I always thought it was cool. Definitely a freaking awesome game. Next up we have Dash of Destruction. Now this game ain't like groundbreaking or anything, but it was a simple Xbox Live arcade game, and yes, that was a Dorito. You are a delivery truck that delivers Doritos, and there is a giant like T-Rex or just T-Rex in general that comes after you and munches on your truck. You have to freaking drive through there fast and collect all the Doritos. And this game also had multiplayer. Sadly though, this game got removed from Xbox Live Store though, so it's no longer downloadable. I guess you would consider it a rare game. But I just want to point this out because I thought it was kind of funny.
Come in, Ishimura.
In space, no one can hear you get pawned.
Communications blackout on one of these things. You'd think with 1,000 people on board, someone
Dead
would pick up the
Space,
phone.
one of my favorite survival horror games.
We need more help. We don't
In my
have
opinion, this is one of the
resources to deal
best
with this
horror
many
games,
cases.
like, in general.
Nobody would tell us what's happening.
Definitely one of the best sci-fi games at that.
There should be a security detail in here.
Yeah? Well, there's not. There's nobody here.
Back when EA was awesome. Oh yeah, fun fact, if you had the PS3, you got the Obsidian suit, and then if you had the Xbox Elite suit for DLC. The Obsidian suit was all black with a black light glow, and the Elite suit was all white with a green. I just want to point that out. But I played this game like so much, it's like so good. If you haven't played this game, it's a must play. Like the atmosphere is really amazing, it makes you feel alone. Devil May Cry 4. A freaking awesome game, I thought. This game may not be as loved as Devil May Cry 3, but still a freaking awesome Devil May Cry game. Way better than Devil May Cry 2 and DMC Reboot. Ugh, DMC Reboot, I did not like that at all.
Let's play. Little fight every now and then does.
The Devil May Cry series is a hack and slash game, and you play as Dante, a half demon. Freaking, I forgot the original story. It's been a while. I used to play the first one back on the PS2. I love playing that so much. They can creep me out at first with the marionettes and all that. And that thing with the scissors that chase you around. And no, I'm not talking about Clock Tower. But yeah, Devil May Cry 4. Look at that critical. This is Disgaea 3. I always love playing Disgaea. It's a tactics RPG, and I like the art style a lot. It's really unique, and the plot was pretty funny. And the game never really takes itself seriously, but the characters are just like awesome. And I love all the stages and the enemies you fight. It's kind of got like sort of like a dark theme to it, but like a lighthearted. So let's say it's like something you could also play around on Halloween. But yeah, I don't know what to say. It's like awesome RPG. Play it. Really, Final Fantasy. This is the PS4 version I'm showing you here, but it was originally a PSP game, like fighting game where you fight between the characters from the series. Also fight online, and not sure much more to say. Another different fighting style in Final Fantasy. That's not too different stuff. Moving on to the next game.
Product not yet rated.
It's been 10 years and it's not rated yet.
Doodle
Alright.
Bob's
Drawn
Evil
to Life,
Toys have taken
SpongeBob.
over
I know what you're
Bikini
thinking
Bottom.
here, but
SpongeBob
boy, if
needs
you ever
your
played
help.
any of the Drawn to
Create
Life
your
games,
own
they're
hero.
freaking awesome. This
In
one's
SpongeBob's Drawn to Life, you draw your own gadgets.
This one takes you in the SpongeBob universe, and you still draw and fight enemies like you would in other Drawn to Life
Your
games.
own worlds. Play it
The music in this
interactive.
game is actually really good. There's some really good soundtracks in
Rescue
this game.
SpongeBob with your
The fights are
imagination.
awesome.
The only limitations are the ones in your mind. The all
But
new
yeah,
Drawn to
Drawn to
Life
Life SpongeBob next game.
SquarePants edition.
Fable 2. One of the reasons to get an Xbox if you don't already own one. But in this game is open world, and you do side quests, and it's just really huge and immersive, and it's always colorful. My little brother used to play this game a lot. But as you progress in the game, the missions you get will get like much more harder. Like, and you'll unlock like new items. Even though the RPG elements are sort of typical, like they would be in any other game, Fable always had like its own charm to it that any other game didn't have. ', 1950s setting. Just a level up system, and you level it up exactly what you wanted. Later on in the game, you'll have your upsides and downsides from what you did and didn't unlock. Collecting weapons along your way will also help you. This is one of the best RPG games, open world games, post-apocalyptic games, what do you want to say? It's one of the best. Far Cry 2. This game was so freaking crazy.
Diamonds, drugs, guns, you name it.
This took place in Africa, around the savannah. I played the first Far Cry and it was really awesome, but this is like the second one was like the first one that had like this huge like story behind it. And it also was the first one to have like the map editor too. The multiplayer was really fun.
The one who's selling them, and that man is the Jackal.
Orders are to terminate.
People say this is the best Far Cry in the series.
Are you a spy, a traitor, or both?
All I can say is I can see that. Amazing game. Fatal Frame 4. The game where you take selfies to defeat your demons and ghosts. I'm kidding. But no, Fatal Frame 4. I think this was on Wii. Can't quite remember. But in the Fatal Frame series, it was a survival horror game in which you take photos of the ghosts, and you would make them like disappear. And yeah, you would try to survive. You can only see the ghosts like with the camera. I think this started on PS2. It's been a while, I can't remember. this series has always been a fan favorite.
虚無の中をさまよい続けると思っていた昨夜が目覚めた。夜に開く花のように静かに大きく。月はぎが
On one of the newer Fatal Frame games, you can also have like Nintendo crossover outfits as well. But yeah, it's a really good horror game if you ever want to jump in the series.
Follow the story of Prince Marth as he defends his country.
See, it said he's, so quit saying it's a chick, everyone. Everyone keeps saying it's a freaking chick, it's a he.
Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon.
Shadow Dragon. Alright, but yeah, this, I remember playing this at the store, like whenever they first released the demo of it. But yeah, this is Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, and it keeps its
Your
original
goal is to seize your enemy's
tactics
stronghold.
formula, I guess I'd say.
Move your piece into position and battle the enemy.
No one ever talks about this Fire Emblem that much, but it's pretty good, I like it.
Battle. Move. Or just wait and hold your position.
Move or just wait.
Finish your movements. It's the enemy's turn. Seize
Waiting,
control of your
you can't
stronghold.
attack because it requires too much energy. But anyways, yeah, all jokes aside, this is like a pretty good game. Unit characteristics.
Taking advantage of the skills and attacks of each unit is the key to victory.
But in Fire Emblem series, there was always permadeath, so when your character
Knights move
dies,
slowly,
he perishes
in
forever
position
and
to
he
shield
never
allied
comes back.
soldiers from attack.
So, you gotta
Pegasus
play your cards
is
right,
easily felled by archers
or your attacks in this
with
case.
wide range of movement and are able to pass over
But yeah,
mountains and rivers.
try it out if you're
Humans
okay
are
with
unable to
permadeath in
attack,
games.
but instead they
Next
restore
game.
the health.
Gears of War 2. This game is so freaking awesome. This is probably my favorite Gears of War out of all Gears of War games. If you're one of the few people that never heard of Gears of War, it's a third-person shooter, usually hide behind cover and attack, because you would get eat up with lead in this game.
In the flesh, baby.
There's all kinds of different enemy types, so I like Gears of War series. This game was like so huge, and I love the characters. Like I actually cared for the characters in this game. You can't forget the Chainsaw Lancers. They're awesome. Another reason to play Xbox.
Kratos pledged himself as a
God of War,
champion
Chains of
the gods.
Olympus with PSP.
To serve the gods, a warrior of legend.
I believe this game got also ported to the console and PS3. This game, they just recently made a new God of War for PS4 and that got like really popular. But yeah, the God of War games were really freaking awesome. Always loved God of War 3 the most. But Chains of Olympus was really cool. It was like one of the best visually looking PSP games.
I am God of War, Chains of Olympus.
Grand Theft Auto 4. This was I believe the first PS3 Grand Theft Auto. With its huge success of Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 4 put down a landmark for it. With an immersive city and vehicles and characters. I gotta say, I always like the more gangster environment in sandbox games. With Grand Theft Auto 5's story, I wasn't really too big fan of it, but whenever I played Grand Theft Auto 4 at my friend's house, I gotta say the story like kicked a lot more butt. A definitely must play sandbox. A lot of fans have been praising it and they want like a remake. A lot of people have been wanting a remake of this game. So maybe somewhere down the line we will get a remake. I used to play this all the time.
Guitar Hero World Tour. This year it's all about playing as a band.
Like me and like 3 of my other like friends will like all get together and play this. Like my brothers, me. Like we all like had the instruments. We started playing it.
We allow you to tap instead of
Guitar Hero World Tour was freaking awesome. It's like the first one to implement like a band.
We also have special sections in the game that are tapping sections, where all you have to do is tap.
I'll let this guy explain it.
And slide sections, where you can move your hand back and forth and kind of slide to catch the notes. We've had some big name musicians help us designing the drum kit. We worked with Stuart Copeland, we worked with Chad Smith of the Chili Peppers, Travis Barker came in. We had a couple goals in mind for the drum kit. First one was making it feel more like real drumming. We really wanted to elevate the cymbals off of the snare and the toms, so you had that more of a feeling of playing a hi-hat and crashing on a cymbal. The next big thing was making it quiet. We really wanted to have a nice tactile feel to the drum heads, very, very good response time, so we could do flams and rolls and detect that in game. The drum kit's wireless, just like the guitars, totally wireless. And beyond the wireless, we can actually detect the velocity and how hard you hit the drum head. And we translate that in game. We have 4-player band play this year. You can also play against another band online. So you can do actually 4 versus 4, band versus band online. And you could have any combination of those band members, could be either at your house or online. We've got a whole music studio, so you can create your own music and then share it with others online to download and play back as a band or single player. It's basically a 5-track recorder, so I can go in and lay down the bass line, I can lay down the drums, I can lay down the lead guitar, the rhythm, the bass, even the melody. The music studio allows you to either play with 4 players, somebody can jump on the drums, somebody can jump on the guitar, the bass. We even have the way to turn a guitar into a keyboard so you can play melody. I can also record all of that. I can take that back into GH Mix, which is like our more advanced editing suite, and actually edit each track individually, essentially remixing the track. Guitar Hero World Tour, I think it will definitely get people interested in making music. If they even have the slightest inkling to do so, we have a whole user community out there called GH Tunes, and that is using the music studio to create your own music, putting that up for everyone to be able to experience. We've been making character creators for years now with the Tony Hawk games, but we've completely revamped that for Guitar Hero World Tour. You can create your own guitar, you can create your own drum set, and it gets really, really in-depth. Guitar Hero World Tour has a big focus on social gaming, bringing people together, making people feel like they're playing together even a deeper way than in previous Guitar Hero games. I really believe that this is going to provide a great social gaming experience for families, friends, parties. World Tour is where it's at.
Kirby Superstar Ultra. I'm kind of cheating with this one because it was originally like in 1996, but you know, whatever. But this is like a remake of it for DS. And this was like one of my favorite Kirby games, probably my second favorite. The Crystal Shards always been my favorite. But yeah, I love this game a lot because if you see, like, you can have like a second player with you. I remember me and my little brother used to like play this together. There was also like different mini games you could play too, and different adventures, and it was a collection of Kirby games. It was just amazing. I had so much fun playing this. Like if you haven't ever played Kirby, this will probably be the one I'll suggest to play first.
Hello? Hello? It's okay. We're gonna...
Left 4 Dead. Not just a good zombie game, or a good horror game, but just a good game in general. It has to be like one of the most funnest games to play ever. Very interesting enemy types. All kinds of fun multiplayer action.
Merry Christmas.
This has to be one of the best zombie games ever created.
This is gonna get bad.
He has discovered the world's most sought-after treasures. He has become known as the greatest adventure hero of all time. But this summer, adventure breaks new ground.
If this game don't put a smile on your face, I don't know what does. I had so much fun playing
Lego
this game
Indiana
overall.
Jones, The Original Adventures.
This game was so freaking fun and
From
funny.
the award-winning creators of Lego Star Wars. Play through all 3 classic Indiana Jones films
Heck yeah.
in one ultimate game.
Every time I see this game, it just gets me excited.
Play as the legendary action hero in
This takes me
Lego
back
Indiana
right here.
Jones, The Original Adventures. The greatest adventure ever assembled.
Little Big Planet. One of my most favorite games to play. It is so freaking fun. If you have an imagination, you have to play this game. This game is so good. You can literally create almost anything. Probably everything. I've seen first person shooters on here, from RPGs to top downs to everything, racing. Anything you can name, like Prop Hunt or anything that's been done on here. This game is so much fun. Meeting new people is amazing too. And the creativity is pretty much your imagination. Loco Roco 2 is a bright and colorful game and it just makes you happy. I'll let the trailer explain. Mario Kart Wii. This is probably the most biggest Mario game of the year. Like, I had so much fun playing this. Especially with the controller. Like, I totally had like this the steering wheel controller. The controller was so cool. This is the first Mario Kart to implement, like, I don't know, more crazier vehicles with like bikes and such like that. But yeah, also plays your Mii character and Prop X-Men. Classic maps, but I loved playing this so much. I used to play as like Yoshi and you get on the bike and just go on the half pipe and just do all kinds of crazy stunts. I always thought it was cool you can use like the GameCube controller and everything. I was always like a huge Mario Kart fan, so I like jumped right into this one when I first seen it. I was like, heck yeah. I haven't missed playing the Mario Kart game since, except for, you know, the new one, 8. Alright, we got another Mario game, Mario Super Sluggers for the Wii. I know what you're thinking, you're like, oh, it's just a sports game. Well, bro, it was awesome though. Like, you used like the Wii remote for like the baseball bat and for like pitching. And what's fun about the Mario games is like they have their own twist. Like, you throw a baseball like in real life, like when you throw it, it doesn't accelerate extremely fast and catch on fire and blazing. So it makes, like, you know, Mario's version of it a lot more fun. Plus you get to play as your favorite characters. I still remember the trailer for this. Heck, I remember the trailer for the GameCube Mario baseball game. You see like a Wii in everyone's house now. You don't like see it that much anymore. Alright, next game. Mega Man. And then it goes back to classic. Mega Man 9, the first good Mega Man game I actually played. First one I played was in the GameCube and it wasn't that good. It was based on the show. The show was pretty cool though. But yeah, Mega Man 9. The only thing I didn't like about this game was like how freaking hard it is, but everyone likes Mega Man for that because they like their games like really difficult. Freaking Mega Man 2 is freaking hard as heck. Like I would get like halfway through the stage and I'd be like, yo, I did pretty good. I prefer Mega Man 10 because I usually play as like Proto Man, plus the game's a little bit, you know, more easier for me. But Mega Man 9 was pretty rad. I liked it. It was a pretty good throwback. I liked progressing through the stages. Never can argue with the Blue Bomber. This game, even though this game came out in 2008, it just felt like a instant classic.
In the not too distant future, warfare is the basis of the global economy. And technology has created a new kind of military.
We're moving out.
Where every move and every thought
You don't trust me?
of every soldier activated can be controlled.
I never thought it would be so easy. The system is mine.
Except for one.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
Perfect job for me.
This is one of the best games ever. Like, you have to play this game. Like, even if you've never played Metal Gear Solid, you gotta play this game. It's so freaking good. Even the multiplayer was freaking outstanding. The story in this game is amazing. The gameplay is amazing. The cutscenes are amazing. It's like explaining how good this game is like explaining how good like Saving Private Ryan is for someone that never watched Saving Private Ryan. This game is just perfect. This is one of the few games I could say it is a perfect game and not think second thoughts of it.
In control.
This is my final mission.
This summer,
Stop! Brother! It's been too long.
evil is powerful. But courage is solid.
Here we go.
Mirror's Edge. This game was hugely like popular like right when it came out. So this game was kind of like put around the time there was I don't know, there was a lot of parkour going on around the time. I remember a lot of my friends like did like parkour and I did a little bit here and there. I don't know if it's so popular today's time, but anyways, about Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge is a parkour game where you progress through stages and you just pretty much get to like the end of the level. There's also combat in the game when you engage with enemies. This game relies on perfection. So a lot of times when you go for like a jump, you might think you make it, but you're just like a little bit out of reach and you gotta like keep training yourself on it. This game was hard at first. It's hard at first, but like when you try it more, you get better at it. And it's like really fun to play. This game is one of my favorite racing games. I love this racing game. MotorStorm Pacific Rift. This game is so much freaking fun. You can literally like just crash everyone out of your way. The MotorStorm series has always been like one of my favorites. Great PlayStation exclusive. Another great racing game I love. It's funny because I'm doing this alphabetical order in this game next. And no, this ain't the same game. This is MX versus ATV Untamed. In this series, you also get a variety of vehicles to choose from. You gotta be really good at maneuvering your vehicle though, because you will flip over. Or slide off, depending on who you are.
The world's #1 off-road racing brand returns. MX versus ATV Untamed.
This is Nameless Game. It's a DS game, obviously, but it's a horror game at that. You don't really hear of horror games that much in DS. Only, what was that other one? Demented? Something like that. Dimension. Anyways, this is a horror game on DS, and it's, I don't know, it used to like scare me when I was little. Not gonna lie. But whenever I bring up this game with my like other friends, like today, they're like, I'm like, bro, you ever played like Nameless Game? And they're like, no. And they're like, well, I mean, you heard of it, right? And they're like, no. And I'm like, really? This game's actually a, what do you call it? Like a pretty sought after game, I guess you would say. Like, not much people actually heard about this game. It plays as like a student in real life, and then you enter this game like world, and you're kind of like in like that world, and then it brings over to like reality. pretty much, you don't pick up too many random knickknacks. You mostly kind of like explore a little bit and then kind of like progress to the level. I always thought it was pretty cool. I mean, you just don't really see that much horror games. And, you know, not only that, but DS. Ninja Gaiden 2. I think this one was also developed by Platinum Games, not really sure. I gotta say, it's like the best hack and slash game. Or series at that. Time to get super edgy. I'm kidding. But no, like, all jokes aside, Ninja Gaiden's like a pretty dope game. And this Ninja Gaiden 2, and this game is just freaking awesome. It's been known to be pretty brutally hard.
So little help.
No More Heroes.
Stand these people.
Classic game.
It's crazy.
The gameplay's pretty over the top with the rear
I
mode.
just need you to look the other way for a second.
Takes full use of it.
Yes, just a split second.
In this game, you're the 11th best assassin. You have to work your way up.
Then we can get on with our
To win the
fight.
hearts of a girl.
That is correct.
And in this game, you have to take on many foes, and each, like, as you progress through the game, it gets more and more crazy. This game really doesn't take itself seriously. It's pretty hilarious.
This is a sign of
I
sportsmanship.
mean, just like
Destroy
you, the player, you will like a lightsaber. So. Yeah, it's a really funny game. If you have like a Wii still, you think you want to try it, go ahead and try it. It's pretty funny. Anyways, next game. Patapon 2. This is a rhythm game, and you have to like press, I guess, to the beat. You get used to it like after hearing each sound. This is one of my favorite rhythm games, if not favorite. I love playing this. And one of my favorite PSP games overall. You control an army of Patapon, and in Patapon 2, as you can see, you can also customize, but you bring like a whole lot of Patapon with you. And it's fun because it's just like a little own like warrior army. Persona 4. If you are an RPG enthusiast, you pretty much, I would say you already heard of this game. This is one of the, I've been told this is one of the best PS2 games. PSP become Persona 4 Golden. And I don't know, it's just a really good game overall. I always thought Persona 3 was pretty cool, but I never got to play Persona 4, so I always wanted to get around to that. Pinball Hall of Fame. This is a huge collection of really popular pinball games in the 80s. It had a huge variety of pinball games to play. I had so much fun playing this. There'd be like so many different crazy maps. Some of these I remember seeing at the arcade, like myself, the real life versions of these, so it's pretty cool seeing it like in a game. There's all kinds of maps. Pocket Monsters, Platinum. Do I have to really explain what Pocket Monsters is? What's cool about Pokemon Platinum is how you travel through different like dimensions. I always thought that was pretty cool in there.
But when a troubled
Prince of
and desperate
Persia.
king chose to confront his fate,
The task of our people is past. The tree grows weak.
This is 2008
the servants of
reboot.
evil were unchained.
Usually people don't like the reboots, but I actually found this game
Now,
really awesome.
as the storm of destruction
I
threatens
remember
to
playing this at
overwhelm all
my
in its
friend's
path,
house.
1,000 years of darkness.
It was actually the first time I heard of Prince of Persia.
Kingdom's final hope lies within a mysterious warrior.
I always thought the character design for on here on this game was like really
And
cool.
as the forces of dark and light collide, a young hero will discover
And the cell shade, it's really nice.
to destiny requires an unexpected ally.
Elika.
They pretty much have her with you to help you out when you fall down or anything.
You shall not take her
I remember playing this like it was yesterday.
The light will not fail!
Prince of Persia. This game is pure. This name is pure. It's a four-wheeler racing game, and it's actually the first ever console online game I ever played. It came with the Xbox 360, like one of the systems. This game is so much fun. You pull off like so many crazy tricks in this game. This game just gets like really crazy with tricks. Alright, next game.
Echo 1 to command. Proceeding through gray territory. No survivors on site. Roger, Echo 1. You're 8 clicks from the target.
This is a fun FPS game.
Everyone stay close.
Also a horror game. And sci-fi.
What the hell was that?
This is probably a reason to get a PlayStation 3 right here. This is Resistance 2. The online multiplayer on here was like really crazy. I'm trying to remember how much it could hold. It was like 60 people, but there was like zero lag. Everyone said that was like, I don't know, like crazy how they did that. If it wasn't 60, then it was like 40 or something.
Let's go.
The campaign itself is pretty crazy. This game was so much fun playing back in the day. Surprised how popular it got.
Rhythm heaven. Control is easy.
It was like found it like randomly like on the DS store, whatever the crap that was called back then. Ever since I played it then I got hooked on it.
Together now.
More
than 50 rhythm games are included. Rhythm Heaven.
I had so much fun playing this game at my friend's house. This is Rock Band 2. I remember a lot of people said this game is better than Guitar Hero. This game had a lot of good soundtracks. Rune Factory Frontier for the Wii. This game is much like Harvest Moon, but with dungeon crawling in it. This game is really cool. It was around the time when Harvest Moon games wasn't being as cool as they were, and this game kind of like held a torch for like farming games. But it's Rune Factory is basically like a farming game, but with, you know, RPG elements along with more RPG elements, like dungeon crawling. Well, that's enough for now. Next game.
How's the patient?
Saints Row 2, my all-time favorite sandbox game, and my favorite Saints Row game.
Do I know you? We gotta get you out of here.
I'll let the trailer speak for itself.
About time your burnt ass woke up.
You okay, Johnny?
Yeah, aside from almost getting sent to the chair, I'm great.
You need me. The hell I do? I got the Saints.
Sure you do.
They place prophets in jail. That's the road?
It is now. Without anyone to lead them, the Saints fell apart. Once the Brotherhood, Ronin, and Samdi showed up, the few that were left dropped their flags before they got killed.
The Saints used to own Stillwater. I think it's time we give those other crews a wake-up call. So save your rations and seek some shelter. Only strong is the weakest fear that themselves are.
You guys actually hang out down here?
You definitely need a stripper pole in this bitch.
Definitely.
First break out like
You really think that a couple of washed-up bangers like you and Gat have a chance against the Brotherhood?
We'll see.
Get some of our boys and kill them!
The Saints are out of control.
We're dealing with violent criminals. Are you really surprised they might do something, I don't know, violent?
If it wasn't for me.
This game also had like an awesome multiplayer.
I wouldn't have been in a goddamn coma.
But I guess that makes us even.
Not really.
And the multiplayer in this game is so much fun. Siren, Blood Curse. This game like creeped me out like so much. It is a survival horror game, like a Eastern, like kind of environment, I guess you'd say. This game like creeped me out like so much. Probably one of the most scariest like horror games I think I've ever played.
Damn it! Where are the cops when you need them?
Don't worry, honey.
Skate it. This game paved the way of like awesome skateboarding games. You know, besides Tony Hawk, because Tony Hawk kind of did that first. But
there's nothing else you can ask for more than this.
This game has been like really hilarious. Like, I'm sure everyone's heard of Skate 3. This is the original. It's called Skate It. The customization and everything's been pretty crazy in this game series. Sonic, Zero Gravity. I have to get an extra free riders to that one crappy game. This game's actually good. I had so much fun playing this with my little brother. I played the Nintendo Wii version. I would recommend this game to some Sonic fans. It's really good. No one ever talks about this game.
Transcending history and the world. A tale of souls and swords, eternally retold.
One of my favorite fighting games. This is my favorite arcade fighting series, and this is probably my second favorite Soul Calibur game. Soul Calibur 2 is gonna be my favorite, but it's Soul Calibur 4 right here. And this one's freaking good. This one's really good.
Once again.
Me and my little brother consider Soul Calibur 4 like, you know, more better than 5. Soul Calibur 4, there's also Star Wars characters. You can play as Darth Vader, the Apprentice, or Yoda. What was really fun about this one is that the armor you wore like mattered like in combat. Only if you play the special mode. You can play the classic mode as well, but if you play the special mode, you can have you know, like anything put on your customized character like matter, and like breaks off and everything. It was just funny. I mean, it was cool, but it was funny if you had like an afro under your helmet. That was freaking hilarious. Soul Calibur 4. This is Spectros Beyond Portals. This is pretty critically acclaimed DS game.
Our only hope is the Spectrobes.
Let's do this.
You don't really see that much graphically impressive DS games out there when you're like picking up like random ones. This is a good one right here. Next, Spelunky. This is another really great adventure game. It's a, I usually say side-scroll adventure, sort of survival-like game. And it's been a game since like the 80s. but they always manage to bring it back in like a really like colorful and different way. I always love playing the Spelunky games. It's kind of like, I don't know, it kind of makes you feel like Indiana Jones. And the multiplayer is like really fun to play with your friends. I just play this with my little bro, like most of the games in this list. Spore, yes, the game you know, Spore. Game you can create like a character. I remember this was like really popular. Like even my teacher in like what was it, middle school, like played this. I never really got to play Spore though. I think like I always wanted to. You can create some like really crazy stuff on here. People's made some pretty like outstanding stuff on here. Your like creations can vary from like anything really. This game was pretty tight when it came out. This is Star Wars Force Unleashed.
Now your hatred has become your strength. At last, the dark side is your ally.
In this game you start off as the bad guy. And you slowly understand that
are one of Vader's spies.
Darth Vader was the enemy.
Bring Darth Vader's enemies to justice.
Vader thinks he's turned you, but I can sense your future. And Vader won't always be your master.
Poor boy. The Sith always betray one another.
You're still loyal to Vader, after he branded me a traitor.
There is much conflict in you. Your feelings for your new allies are growing stronger. Do not forget that you still serve me.
Star Wars.
The Adventure.
Suikoden. I love this RPG series.
Lifetime. Awaits. Suikoden Tierkreis. From the remnants of battles
I have
lost,
no idea how to pronounce that. You literally just said it.
a new hope will emerge.
But whatever, it's an awesome game.
A more powerful force will assemble.
Suikoden 2 would have to be my favorite.
And war for the Infinity will rage once again. The deepest handheld RPG of all time, featuring a rich online community. This March, the fight of your life comes to the Nintendo DS.
Fight of your life, guys.
Suikoden Tierkreis.
Suikoden, I always called it Suikoden. I've been calling it wrong the whole time. Ever heard of this fighter? Hey look, you graphically improved the 2 generations behind. How does that make you feel? I still think like the Wii graphics somehow look better than like the Wii U, not sure how. Bro, I always use that move as Link. I freaking dumb with Link. Oh look, Meta Knight, the most overrated character because he's freaking banned from the tournament. Get out of here, boy. I'm one of the few people that actually know who that is before this game came out. Metroid. The Samus Aran. I don't know why I said Metroid. Oh my gosh, Zero Suit Samus. It's like a whole nother character. It's not even the same character as Samus. That Wario. And everything gets around Wario. Tale of Hearts. From the Tales of series.
どんな真っ暗な中だって光はきっとあるんだ。琥珀と一緒なら必ず見つけられる。
It's my favorite JRPG series. This is a mobile for the DS.
シングの思いなんだ。約束する。俺は逃げない。俺の望みは琥珀の幸せ。
They should make like a Tales of game where like it's just all the protagonists and they have to beat the crap out of each other and like last one standing wins. That'd be freaking awesome. That looks freaking amazing though for a handheld. And when it shows like the end game. Together we'll battle with friendship. I'm kidding. That's only... Not Symphonia, I didn't say that. Not Symphonia, but Grace's F, so that's there. Oh yeah, but speaking of Symphonia, here is Symphonia Dawn of the New World. I know it's not like the Symphonia, but bro, I still like this game. This game's so cool. Like, I have both. I like both. I should do like a Tales of collection sometime. These games just like speak to me. They're just so good. It's hard to believe this game's 10 years old now. It seems like it came out just yesterday. Alright, but I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next one. And we got another Tales of game. This is probably favorite one that came out this year.
No one knows how far its lands and oceans stretch. Barriers protect the cities in which we live, and we depend upon them for our survival.
This probably got to be my second,
What happened to
third favorite
advancing as a knight
Tales
and
of
fixing
game.
the Empire from within?
What you're doing isn't right.
I'll just readjust the volume of air.
And my top
You'll
three
be
would
just
be like,
me. I'm a member of the
I don't know, the
Blades Guild,
Genia,
but I want to help him deliver this
Abyss,
to the one who
and
is
then
waiting for
Vesperia.
him.
I mean,
Like my
how's
top
this
three.
any different from what I've come to expect from the Empire?
You
intend to dirty your hands.
This one had like some of my favorite cast of characters. This game had like more of a darker tone until like Vesperia came out. Vesperia kind of like took the whole like flagship with like a dark tone.
You believe in him, don't you?
I do.
All right, next game. And this game is really fun. It's actually a PlayStation 3 exclusive. It's called The Last Guard. In this game you have to, let's see, you have to go around and like gather all the citizens and bring them to like a safe zone. There were like creatures that would like immediately like take out the people. And all the people you have like with you is kind of like trolling. Think of it sort of like Big Man meets I don't know. You just have like people with you don't want to believe them. Yeah, I got it. Pikmin meets like Snake. That one, whatever that one game was, where like you had like the random orbs behind you can't get hit. Anyways, I don't know, I always love playing this game, it's just cool. It looks really simplistic, but don't let that fool you, this game is like really good. This game's actually critically acclaimed too. Yeah, they just look these giant like creatures that come up here. I still remember the trailer for this.
In the darkest of times, there is always hope. For the first time ever, fight evil with both Spyro and Cinder.
Me and my little brother used to play this a lot.
Team up and fly anytime as living, breathing weapons of explosive destruction in your quest to defeat the forces of darkness.
Well, this is like a co-op game, like it was 2-player, like one player is like Spyro and Cinder.
Through the darkness, and we are reminded courage can turn the tides of war. The Legend of Spyro, Dawn of the Dragon, rated E10.
Valkyrie Chronicles, my second favorite military game.
My turn, okay? Can't beat the smell of fresh soil.
In this game, it's kind of like Advanced Wars. Like you move everyone in your squad once. You don't have to. You can just move whatever you want to move. You can only move like I think like it's been a while. Oh, never mind. You can move multiple people. I remember. Depending on like your thingamabob at the top of the screen. Sort of like a point system, like each person requires a minimum amount of points to use. It's like move in one turn. That actually points to open like badges. But yeah, this game has permadeath in it. Like I explained earlier in Fire Emblem. Hey look, a Skies of Arcadia reference, you seen that? Yeah, this game is really awesome, I love it. They even got the PS4 HD of it, and for whatever reason they have trophies on PS3. Viva Pinata. I used to watch the show to this, like when I was little, I used to go on like Sunday morning. It was really good. I knew it was a show before I knew it was a game.
Pinata Island. Enthusiasts have long enjoyed hours of entertainment thanks to its colorful and exotic inhabitants.
It's an island for pinatas.
Between the recent discoveries of the unique polar Pinatic region and the equally mysterious desert, the island's pinata population promises to swell to over 100 fantastic varieties. What exactly is behind this explosion of new pinatas? Aside from the pinata's normal romance dances, the introduction of pinata vision is the culprit. Pinata watchers can now scan a card across a vision camera and pop
another simulation game, like farming.
Alas, it appears that the island's rapid growth has also led to the increasing sophistication of one of its few natural predators. Have a look at this shocking amateur video.
Victory will be mine!
There's always the evil guys in the show, I remember.
Clearly, Pinata Island is about to change forever. Join us as we examine this marvelous and intriguing new world in Viva Pinata.
This is one of the best Xbox Live like arcade games. Valkyrie profile. Covenant. This is a pretty good handheld game. Most of the people who grew up with the PlayStation 2 got them profile. There's also some pretty good handheld ones as well. Haven't heard that noise in a while.
Shake the Wii remote for fun
Shake.
and profit.
Wario Land, shake it. Man, he's just shaking the bejesus out of that.
Wario shakes things up in Wario Land. Shake it. Wario is back, and this time he's animated. Really, really animated. As usual, Wario is looking for treasure. This time inside a magical globe. He'll cross pirate ships.
The Wario Land games always had a good art style.
Jungles. Frozen tundras. And more. Hold the
I wonder what it'd be
Wii
like if
remote
I had my
sideways
own
and move
animated game.
Wario with the control pad and the 1 and 2 buttons. Be ready to shake though.
Oh my gosh,
Shake
the
it
1
to
and
get
2
all
buttons.
the coins.
Oh yeah, shake it.
Shake it to find hidden secrets. Shake it for
Shake it,
graceful
baby.
acrobatic leaps. Basically, when in doubt, shake it.
I think we got the
Throw
gist.
things by tilting the Wii remote to
Holy
the angle
crap,
you
you can
want.
tilt it.
Aim
I would
cannons.
have never figured that out.
Pilot a submarine. Ride a really strange unicycle. Even when you've cleared a stage, there are more secrets
I like how
to
it says
find.
riding a unicycle and it's like, oh, I'm just gonna tilt it more. Like it's a whole nother feature. Cool enemy types though, and environments and stages. Alright, let's move on to the next game.
It is said that the knight is a weapon of war, crafted long, long ago by our predecessors.
That's right,
When the
this
great
is White
cataclysms opened the
Knight
ground,
Chronicles.
long buried
The original.
ruins were uncovered. Among them was the temple in which the knight was found. What we learned was that only people the knight deems worthy have the right to wield its power.
I believe in you, Leonard.
It's a shame the online got shut down on here.
Don't ask me how I unlocked it.
Online was freaking awesome. Everyone that talks about the online on here, I remember when it shut down, everyone went to Xenoblade Chronicles. And I think it seems like Xenoblade Chronicles got shut down. I'm not sure though. Pretty good PS3 exclusive.
We cannot allow him to grow any more powerful than he already is.
The sequel's also pretty great. Wipeout HD. I love the Wipeout series. I even played the N64 version. This is a fast-paced sci-fi game. Other games, I guess I've explained this. It's sci-fi I'd say Extreme G or F-Zero. Something sort of like that, but different. Kinetic was pretty close to it. Anyways, this game was just really awesome. If you have this on PS3, you can actually use your saved music. Any playlist you have with albums and everything, you can literally use it. I guess we have Spotify for that now. But it's still pretty advanced for PS3 though. It's had a lot of tracks on it. This is probably the ultimate Wipeout experience right here. Alright, last and certainly not least, World of Goo. I was originally not going to add this game on here, but it just got critically acclaimed. Like, really good. Like, it's like 9.5, like mostly around there. But like, 8.7 it was. When you first look at it, you're like, oh, this looks like a random indie game. You wouldn't think this game would be like really like critically acclaimed with this. I guess for its unique like blob kind of like formation you use. World of Goo. But that's it for 2008 games. I hope you enjoyed. This is my 50 subscriber special. I want to thank all you guys for subscribing, and I'll make more videos. My next videos are going to be, you know, normal, wacky, silly clips as I usually do. I'll also do more random games as well, like random full playthrough in games, or mostly full playthrough, not all the way. But yeah, thanks for watching. This video took forever to make. I'll see you guys next time.